Today was Mother's Day for those of you out there. It was Mother's Day today. I hope you all I hope you all took your mummies to a nice dinner. I hope you all did. From the top all the way to the bottom, what comes down must stay down, and what comes up may come down. Welcome to the late night balance. Why is it so late? We're kind of doing a little intimate session just to sort of, before to sleep or just to relax or something. I don't know. But we're making a balance. And thank you to everyone who came. I hope you all had a fine Mother's Day. Always remember your parents. You're all they give you. No matter what they do, or no matter what you do, always remember your parents and the honor that they have sacrificed for you and all that they have done. So, on this balance, will be discussed appreciation, and we will also we'll be discussing also, appreciation, not really taking things for granted. We have to really find out how we can savor every moment as it is recommended we do in life. Oh, in life you have to savor every moment. Well, let's sort of review on that concept, because often when the storms are brewing and everything is going by, we sort of seem to forget what's around us or what we have here. And sometimes we forget what the back of our hand looks like. So we're going to start off with the almighty paragraph. This is the almighty paragraph. The light goes out. Nothing but dark. I turn on the lights, I flicker the lights, but nothing's on. Nothing around me other than the creepiness of dark tapping on my shoulders. And then I feel my own sorrow, I feel my own pain, I feel my own fear, as that is what is really surrounding me, and that is what has turned off all the lights around me. All those dark, when I realized I could just fix the things by taking charge and not feeling engulfed or darkened by fear. Wow. This is the almighty paragraph. Thank you. You're welcome. Now, so I didn't write the almighty paragraph this time. I told someone in the office, surprise me, to write whatever you want. And I guess we got like a poet or something there. Anyways, how can I start this? Well, let's think of this. What is the definition of the word thank you? Or not really definition, but what is thank you? Appreciation. What is appreciation? Well, appreciation is appreciating. Appreciating is, I'm so glad that I have this, I have this, I have these, all these things. And I'm glad to have this, I'm glad to have that. That's appreciation, realizing what you have and being glad about it. You say thank you to sort of express an appreciation that someone else has done something for you. Thank you for this, thank you for that. You don't say thank you to yourself unless, you got some things going on in your head, but, thank you to this and thank you to that. So that's what we do with appreciation. We sort of share it.
It looks like your Wi-Fi name or password has changed.
And we have to remember appreciation. I'm sorry, I need a drink of water. I'm still here, don't worry. Like, it's been so hot lately. Oh, I'm sorry. It's been super hot. But let's say we have to appreciate the sun, because without the sun, we would be a bunch of ice cubes, let's say. You know, often in life, we have to realize that there's people who have it better than us. There's people who have it better than us. And then there's people who have it worse than us. So basically, more fortunate and less fortunate, one way or another. People from the past would probably wish that they had the lives that we did. Because, honestly, we're living the way a king would live from way back in the long hundreds, thousands years ago. We're living like kings used to live. The value of wealth and richness has really sort of opened itself up for more people. That's a true thing. And it's a pretty good thing. It's a pretty good thing. So now, we have good opportunities, and everyone could get a decent house, a decent whatever. Some people will have it better chances. Others, unfortunately, won't. But it's all about putting yourself out there and trying. It's okay if you fail, because you try again. But appreciation. We need appreciation. We need to realize not to take things for granted, but to rather, be glad that we have it. Because all the things that we get and all the things that we love are stepping stones for us to sort of find our purpose, to sort of gain a very well understanding of our lives, and just to define. It's a defining purpose of our life. Because all of our lives, different. We feel we're going to do different things, and we are going to do different things. We'll say similar things, we'll think similar things, but we're all, none of us are the same, and none of us are different. Because if we were the same, we wouldn't be existing. We would all be like one person if we were all the same. So if we were truly meant to be the same, 5 people, oh, look, we're all exactly the same. But there wouldn't be 5 of you. There would just be 1 of you. And, oh, I'm so different from this guy. I'm so different. Well, yeah, we're different. That's why we're all here. And I'm glad that we're different. So there's people that are fortunate and less fortunate. What do we say about those who are less fortunate? Well, we most likely think of them. It sounds a little rude, but this is sort of the way I can tap into this example and get the feelings running, get the tears, ready. It's, living in a box, or living in constant heat, sweat, little food, little water. That's an idea of less fortunate. Those people would be glad to receive, anything. Glad to receive a helping, glad to receive water, glad to receive whatever that someone who is more fortunate, nice house, swimming pool, 5 stories. I'm just kidding, not 5 stories, but just something, more money. Will probably not be so delighted to get something that they don't like compared to someone who can't really get much. Like, oh, I don't really, oh, you gave me, there's mayonnaise in this burger, I can't eat it, it's ruined. But then someone else is like, you know what, I'm so glad that this is a burger. They're not even saying thank you, they're too busy eating it. But, we have to sort of be glad that we are where we are. Because those who are less fortunate, they're glad that they're able to receive things. Those who are more fortunate, they're sort of glad that, well, they are where they are. because it's not easy to get where you are. It's not easy to build yourself up. People don't just magically get wealth. People don't just magically gain a bunch of friends. People don't just magically have everything put for them. There are reasons why things are the way they are. There are reasons why people have what's going on in their lives. Because they worked for it. They worked up to it. You can't just expect things to randomly come to you in life. You can't just expect, oh, I want a family, and then there's a big family. I want this, I want that. I want a car, and then look, a car just drove my driveway. I want 500 friends. Well, you got to go out there and find them. You got to make it. You want to be rich? Hell yeah, everyone wants to be rich, probably. I don't want to be rich, actually, because people are going to rob me or something. I'm just kidding. I want my children to be rich, though. So I push them to go to school. I want them to get good grades. One of them is grounded right now because he got a D. But we'll see what happens there. But that's a different story. Don't worry about it. What I'm trying to get at is everyone's where they are because they worked for it. They build up to it. They push to it. There's some type of push that they endured. They're not just magic, but and there's people who are going to be jealous. But those people who are jealous, they can't work. They don't feel like working those ways, so they rather criticize. And it's unfortunate, but people really want to be in certain areas. People want to be certain things. In our lives, we have to really realize that we can all make mistakes, but we still have to be grateful for where we are, what we have. Be grateful that we're able to speak to each other, because think about it. People who were probably in the old times, like the caveman days, quote unquote, they couldn't talk to each other. They just went, like, they were grown at each other, And now, back then, those people would just, I mean, maybe. I don't know if that's true or not. But I'm just exampling it, Compared to nowadays, where we are quick to judge someone because they misspelled a word or they mispronounced a word. Look at how quick we fall. Look at how much we take something for granted. That we're going to start judging others for not doing it as well. We cannot be judging others on things when we have our own faults, and all of us have faults. All of us are imperfect. We cannot be judging others because we're imperfect and they are imperfect too. And if someone else judges you, you have to say, hey, that's not right. You can't be saying that because you're no better. If they don't listen to you, well, sorry, but you gotta go. You can't put yourself in places where you are just going to get disrespected. But anyways, we still have to be grateful for all these opportunities and all these things that happen in our lives. All these type of lessons. Everything's a lesson. Everything is like a lesson. And also everything is like a test of patience. Everything is like a test of patience. How do we approach things in life? And what do we do with them? So that's what we have to see. How do we approach things, and what do we do about them? What do we say about things? So that's one thing in life, is how do we tackle this? How do we think about this? There's a reason why we had to take tests at school, so that the teacher would be able to see how well we could, work something through. But most tests are just people memorizing, and that's not learning. Real learning is the understanding of how your mind would be able to work these things with this knowledge, not memorization. I'm sorry, but that's facts. People are taking that for granted. People are taking everything for granted because people are forgetting how good they have it. People are becoming disconnected from their origins. People are falling away from, wow. Like, people are falling away from the buildup because everything has a buildup, as I said earlier, as I mentioned before. There's a reason why something is so high up. Something has all these things. Like, I'm just going to use this for example because I see one right here. This is American flag. America was started. Oh, now I'm giving a history lesson. Oh, great. Like, it's just a couple of people visiting an island thinking that they were going to go somewhere else. That's how it started. And it was a long, gradual buildup since the 1600s to today. So that's like almost 400 years, approximately. I think. I don't know. But people are going to say, oh, wow, this country sucks, or, why is it so rich, or why is it so whatever? Well, think about it. It started off, it was built by the people's hands, and it was the reason all these things came together because of the buildup, because of the buildup, we have what we have today. It may be good, it may be bad, but that's up to us to fix it. But even though we cannot forget the origins of buildup. We cannot just forget that things magically happen. We cannot believe that things magically happen because there's a reason why things are. There's a reason why people are going to have a lot of friends. There's going to be a reason why, this. There's going to be a reason why that. Because people just go out there and do it. Enough dreaming and start making your dreams visions. And visions have to be happening. So make things happen. In regards to tests of patience that I mentioned somewhat earlier, everything says patience, and we need to realize that we still have to take things for granted. I mean, no, we do take things for granted, but we can't. We have to be grateful and appreciative. We have to be thankful. When I'm at a restaurant, when they get my order wrong, I do not complain. I do not say, oh, this is gross. I don't want this order. If they put something wrong or if they put too much of something, I'm not going to complain. If they put something I'm allergic to, maybe I would complain, but I don't think I'm allergic to much things. I mean, if I start turning blue on the spots, then you can say that I'm complaining, but that's my body complaining, not my mind. The reason this is because it's a test of, a patience, and we can't be taken for granted. Yes, we have things that we solely want and, solely need, but it's not always going to go our way. But we still have to be grateful that we're getting something. We're always getting something. Every day we're getting something all the time. And we have to be grateful about that. But instead of being so grateful, we're being so focused on what the thing we're getting is. Be glad that there's a surprise waiting for you. Be glad that, your dogs get so excited when you come home and give them a hug. Be glad that your parents are around because, it's Mother's Day, soon to be Father's Day. Be glad because we're too busy focusing on the things that we have and how right that we want them to be, but we are not realizing that we should be happy that we have something to hold. Something to use, something to just have, like I'm back to the wrong orders, be glad that they were able to give you some food because they could just say, no, I'm not going to give you any food if you're just going to complain. I would be pretty upset if they told me that, but they give me something and I'm going to eat it because, food is food. They give it to you. And that's okay, if it's wrong, it's still food, and be glad you have it because there will be people who wish that they were where you were. There's people that are wishing they have what you have. There's people wishing that they were in your shoes, that they had your life going on, that they had all your things. because they don't have the things that you have. And they'll take for granted anything. They see a bag. Oh, it's a bag. But we see a bag and we're too busy like, oh, what's inside the bag? You see what I'm going at? So we need to take for granted all the things we have. It doesn't mean to be a hoarder. It just means to take for granted and no, not take for granted. Be appreciative of everything you have. Do not take for granted anything. Because once it all goes away, once everything we take for granted goes away, once everything in our life goes away, we're going to miss it. Think about our childhood. For those of you who are children, enjoy it. Enjoy your youth, people. Enjoy your current age. Because in a few years, maybe even a few weeks, you're going to miss it. For those of you who are in school, school's almost over. It's nearly summer break, but enjoy it. Because you're going to miss it. Do not take for granted because you're going to miss all these things that you have. You're going to miss, being able to sleep in. You're going to miss all these things. So enjoy it while it lasts. Savor every moment. Just be glad that you have it. Realize that all of us are blessed in one way or another to enjoy what we have, to be appreciative and be thankful. So please never take anything for granted. Never take a wrong order for granted. That's my challenge for all of you. That's your homework. If you go to a restaurant and you get a wrong order, don't go complaining to the manager, this is wrong. If it's raw, well, you might want to point that out because that's a little dangerous for your health. But other than that, if it's wrong, just, it's okay. It might not be what you want, but it is something. And we have to be glad that we have something instead of nothing. We cannot be caring about what something is. We can't be so perplexed on what something is. Just be glad there's something there for us to have for these days. Because once it's gone, once there's nothing, you will wish you had something. So stand up for the moment of sorrow and think to yourself anything that makes you feel sorry. So moment of sorrow, think for yourself anything that makes you sorry right now. Okay, think for yourself. I'm sorry. Say I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry. Alright. It's about time to go. In a bit, you'll be able to eat your chips. Let's see. Let me go get the bags. Alright, so as we know, it may be the first and last meal that we shall devour. I forgot to mention also, be glad that you got the opportunities that you have. Never take for granted anything. And once again, but be glad for all opportunities that you get and do your best with them. Do your best with any opportunity you get because you never know how good you have it or you never know that you could have done better and you did not get something. But we'll see what happens. Everything's meant to be. Always keep a balance in your mind about what is going on. As we know, it may be the first and last meal that we shall devour. For some it will burn, and for others it will open up the emptiness. But together, this chips and water that all of you have in your hands will make us and help us to come together. For every tears, there's laughter somewhere else, and what is one's fortune, there's someone else's misfortune. So when we all come together, can we show each other our love? We go and show each other our love. Come here. Oh, okay. You go there. All right. We are all people under the sky, and we all deserve the best. We're grateful for everything we have in life and everyone in our lives. We will remember them, and let's work to help others come together and help ourselves come together with ourselves and others. Let's live a new world, our best life, and let's never take things for granted. What someone gets, someone else will get. Ooh. The balance has come together. Eat chips and drink water. We're all coming together. For every action, you'll be awarded with the reaction that affects a person. Whatever action occurs is meant to transpire. It'll lead ourselves closer to our destiny. As we acquire our new lives, we learn to accept our differences and cherish every moment of our lives. We will come together, help others to come together, live a world and live our best life. This is what we can do when we find balance and peace in our hearts and appreciation. That's the new one. That's our new theme, everyone. Remember it. Appreciation. Never take anything for granted. The balance has come together. All of us have come together. Thank you all for coming. Please drive home safe. It's very late. Happy Mother's Day. It's already 12 a.m., so I hope you had a good Mother's Day. And thank you all for coming. Remember, never take things for granted. Live a very peaceful and grateful life. Just be glad that you are here in this life, in this moment, in this world. Have a great and pleasant night. Please sleep well. Get some type of sleep, people. Everybody in the audience, it's late. You all better start, getting ready for bed and getting